All right, let's talk about this a little bit more now, and we're joined by SIU spokesperson Kganyago, who joins us via the virtual platform. Mr. Kganyago, good evening to you. Thank you as always for your time. You are describing this as groundbreaking for the SIU. Explain to us why.
Thank you very much, Oli, and to the viewers. It is groundbreaking in the sense that for the first time in an order of the Special Tribunal, we have got not only the usual things where the order will be about removing or cancelling contract and recovering the money. Then the judge went further to say, because there are referrals that are made to the department, then there's an order that says, now I'm ordering that consequence management has to happen. And the 16 officials that were involved in this particular one are now going to be disciplined, and the MEC must do it, make sure that it is done. If they do not do that, then that will be contempt of the tribunal, and therefore they will have to come and account. And this is groundbreaking because previously we would then have to send the referrals for disciplinary, and sometimes they get ignored and there's nothing that we can do. But now it is a clear indication that the tribunal is serious about this matter, and it is ordering it as part of the order, which means going forward, we might have to use that as an example, and also in our prayers to the tribunal include the prayer that these orders be made the same way as this one.
Have you been able to ascertain from the department why key procurement processes were bypassed? What was this to do with? Is it a deliberate corrupt act?
No, it is, Koli. It is a deliberate corrupt act because all the 16 officials that we've mentioned here were involved in one way or another. A simple matter is we all know that if there's going to be any contract that is above 500,000 rand, it has got to go through a tender. And if the officials that are working in the department deliberately do not put it into a competitive space, therefore that in itself is an indication of corrupt intentions. But secondly, the mere fact that these people were contacted and they delivered even before the appointment was done is a clear indication of collusion between the service provider, Hauletu, and the people that are involved. Therefore, this is pure corruption, and that is why it is important that these people be disciplined and action be taken against them, not only the recovery of the money that we are going to do anyway from Hauletu.
Well, let's talk about exactly that. The last point you're making there, that the contractor in question, Hauletu Pty Ltd, they ought to pay back all of the monies. I think I read in your statement, including interest. What happens if they say the money's been spent?
Yeah, unfortunately, if they say the money has been spent, that becomes a debt like any other debt. Therefore, it will then have to be recoverable. And when it is recoverable, it means all the things that you are owning can be subjected to be taken and be sold for the purposes of recovering this money.
Finally, if the MEC fails to discipline these 16 officials, what could be the consequences for him?
We will then go back to the tribunal and indicate that the MEC is going against the order. Therefore, the MEC will then have to be charged in terms of the law to make sure that he then has to account why he's not doing it, and that the sentence will be mooted against the MEC if it deliberately defies the order of the tribunal.
SIU spokesperson Kganyago, thank you very much for your time this evening, and what a relevant discussion to have on a day like this when the African National Congress, the party that leads the government of national unity, has been talking key, among others, the difficulty of corruption, which has led to it essentially suffering electorally. We'll continue to have this discussion.